morning. Welcome back to Passionate World Radio Network. Distinguish yourself from the ordinary. And this morning, or this afternoon, or possibly even this evening, on Lillian's interview, we have the opportunity to interview Ken Blanchard, who co-wrote the book with Claire Diaz-Ortiz, 1 Minute Mentoring, How to Find and Work with a Mentor, and Why You'll Benefit from Being One. So good morning, Ken. How are you doing?
Lillian, I'm doing just great. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. The sun is kind of peeking out between the clouds. So
well, that's good. It's nice.
Oh, go ahead.
Nice in California.
I'm glad to hear that. All right, I know you wrote another book, but you wrote this one. What prompted you to write about mentoring?
Well, Claire was one of the first employees at Twitter, and she wrote a book, Twitter for Good. She even got the Pope's tweet, and she's 33 years old now, and she came to me and said, Ken, in the past, mentors have always been older, and I think us youngsters could learn from your wisdom and all, but you folks could learn from younger people, particularly around technology. And so we initially got together talking about cross-generational mentoring, and in many ways the parable that we wrote is really about that. A young guy in sales who's trying to decide if that's what he wants his career to be, and then a successful woman executive in sales, and both of them end up in a mentoring relationship, and it's a win-win, just like my relationship with Claire has been a win-win.
And it also stands for the letters of mentor: mission, engagement, network, trust, opportunity, review, and renewal. So please speak a little bit about those, and these are the tools for the mentor. So what are the tools for the person who's being mentoring?
Well, I think they're the same. The M stands for mission. So once you decide you're going to work together, you need to see what's the purpose of this? What are we both trying to accomplish? And then engage mutually. You need to decide, how do you want to interact? Is it going to be personally, or is it going to be on the internet, or some combination? N stands for network. So both of you know some people that probably could help the other. T is trust, which is so important in any kind of relationship. And O is opportunities. Is there anything that you see on the horizon that might be interesting for your mentor or mentee to take a look at? And finally, R has to do with review and renew, because you could to constantly take a look at how are we doing, and we accomplished what you want. Do we want to continue? Because mentoring relationships are not for a lifetime, although certainly parenting is. They say you're always parenting.
Oh, yeah. The older your kid gets, the more parenting you seem to do, especially when they hit their 40s and 50s. Very interesting.
I know. My daughter just 50, and it was a trauma for my wife. She had her when she was.
I got a 43-year-old, and he's a wonderful person. He's a great father, but sometimes, okay. So what kind of a mindset for both the mentor and the person who wants to be mentored, what kind of mindset do these folks need in order to be successful with the mentoring?
The mindset is really about learning. I think if you stop learning in life, you might as well lie down and let them throw the dirt on you, because you're already dead. And I think the mentee needs to be somebody who said, gee, I'd like to really learn some new things that can help me as I try to go. And then the mentor says, wow, I don't mind mentoring somebody else, but I'm open to learning too, because it's going to be a mutual learning experience. So that's really what you need, is a learning mindset.
Okay, and you also make a point that there is a distinction between being a mentor and becoming a coach.
Yes, it's really about focus. A mentor is really about much more long-term, where you're trying to go with your life and all, where coaches are often interested in how can they help you accomplish a specific goal, get a certain kind of results. Both of them have to be good listeners and good questioners and good interaction, but their focus is just different. Mentoring is a more long-term focus.
So very briefly, if somebody wanted to become a mentor, how do they go about doing it?
Well, first of all, you have to have the intention that that's what you want to do, and then share that with colleagues and friends, and you'll be amazed at the number of suggestions that they'll have. And in our story, Diane, she finally decides maybe she'd like to be a mentor, and all of a sudden, people start showing up. So that's important. It's also important the same way for the mentee looking for a mentor is to make that known, and then you're going to get a lot of suggestions from friends and colleagues.
Okay, Ken, we seem to have run out of time, so could you please tell everybody where they can find you on the World Wide Web, where they can find your book, and anything upcoming?
Yes, my website is kenblanchardbooks.com, so you can find out about 1 Minute Mentoring there, plus all the other 60 books that I've done, and you also get me on Twitter. So I'm alive, and I've learned a lot from Claire, since she's a youngin and knows a lot about social media. So I'm getting better.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it is my 10-year-old granddaughters that are teaching me how to use my iPhone. So.
Oh, that's so true. My 11-year-old's doing the same.
That's what they do. Maybe they should become our mentors. Who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, thank you very much for listening to our interview with Ken Blanchard, who co-authored the book with Claire, 1 Minute Mentoring, How to Find and Work with a Mentor and Why You'll Benefit from Being One. And you can listen to this all over again at youtube.com/PWR Network LLC, facebook.com/PWR Network, twitter.com/@_paths-of-giants, and googleplus.com/PWR Network, and https://passionateworldradionetwork.com. And before you go away and stray, Aristotle had this to say: philosophy is the science which considers truth. Thank you all very much for listening, and remember, please keep listening. Thank you.